Hey, it's a good news to start out here. It's my first one I'm gonna do here on YouTube directly. So let's go on. So the things for today, we're gonna talk about how your credit score can change or impact your life. The first thing you have to worry about one dealing with finances here in US, and some countries do have the same thing, but using they mostly use a different name. A credit score is just like a ID, but you don't have pictures, but do have all the other features you have on a ID. Your ID is your physical or say picture-based ID is to identify who you are after having access to what we name to be a social security number. The social security number come with a social security card. The social security card do have your social security number, what matter the most. The paper still paper, but as you have the number on it, it's it's useful. But you can forget your paper somewhere. You still having the number in your head, write it somewhere. It's still you. Or your picture ID, it's still you. But your credit score is your financial base ID. The way you behave with money, the way you pay your debts, the way even you take or you get involved on debts, and for what reason totally makes sense. So it's build up your way of dealing with money, and also bank must use it to try to know who is coming to the bank to ask for mortgage, ask for whatever loans, ask for any kind of fractionary uh, reserve based operations, let's say customer based operation you know, loans, mortgage, car loans, and even personal loan, sometimes student loan for those who don't qualify for regular financial aid comes up with the 2.7 rates, if I'm not wrong, because they keep moving and changing every day, every month, and every years. So the last rate I've been checking on the financial aid website because I'm a student at the same time. I'm US federal tax professional student and on processing for different states like Maryland, but already approved for New York and also the state of California. But also I'm going to be a CAA, which is accepted agent for IT processes, forensic trainings, those kind of things, to be able to check your IDs, uh, if they legit or not, and ID for different countries from the UMCA deal. I mean, Canada, Mexico, and US. So the things with your credit score it define your identity at a financial level, and the financial level is anything attract to your pocket. That's the most easiest way I can use to explain that. When you need to have money for projects, sometimes you need to schedule for a loan and you have to go for an appointment. They're gonna run up your credit score, and there's different kind of credit score. There's your personal credit score and also a business-based credit score. Those two are totally different, but depend of cases, they could be the same. You know, when you deal with your personal credit score on a sole proprietorship, it's still Mr. X doing business as this name, whatever name you choose, but you use your social security number, back it with nothing, so at that time it flow through you because it's a discarded entity. A discarded entity is an entity we name mostly passed through entity. So there is different kind of discarded entity. They are discarded with liability, sometimes with no liability at all. So but it's still flowing through your 1040 tax form, what we name the flows through taxation entity. So those coming with liability sometimes can be going through the personal credit score. Those with corporate veil, with no problem or liability, mostly say with shield on liability mostly flows through credit score of the company itself. But there is way to try to do things. We know LLC, just like corporation, behave like people. Is for reason we form entities when we open a business. Because an LLC, a corporation can buy assets. A corporation can buy houses. A corporation can buy everything, just like someone. Reason why I try to tell to people like doing business, mostly in US, the salary wasn't made for you and I to get rich. We can have money, we can live with the money we do have, but the salary just provides us what we need to make a living. You can have a good living without worrying about a lot of things with a salary, depending on which one you have. But you wanna pretend to be rich or kind of Bezos, I don't know, Mark Zuckerberg, or I don't know how you name it, Elon Musk. So you gotta open business out there because 200 something billion don't shows up from a paycheck like every 40 hour per week. No, it don't shows up. So you gotta work hard, and businesses are risky. They can be easy, depending on how you get in. Some people can have good people around them to guide them. Some people can have good people around them trying to guide them, but they don't have the right knowledge, so we end up at the wrong place. Because sometimes it's not motivation. People don't have. No, people do have motivation. Perhaps they just don't have the knowledge. You know, People sometimes are motivated to make money. We don't want to be rich. We all want to be rich, but how to become rich become the problem. So how? Because the how is where we have the problem. Because you need to have the knowledge. You need to have at least people with the knowledge. Sometimes you need yourself also to be flowing through that knowledge if you do have people around you with it. So everything's discipline. It's hard, really hard when things don't shows up because whatever your night having taking like time, you know, we're still having a certain hour the night have to go and we start being you start and we start the day. So because we know that on the day we have 24 hours, there is a part for a day and there is a part for a night. So a night can be there forever. But keep looking, keep trying to find solution, and this is what you have starting point. Worry about working on your credit score, and your credit score take your behaviors, the way you behave with your money. Your credit score mostly monitor how you spend. Your credit score monitor also on what you spend. Your credit score monitor a lot of things, and give you a score based on what you have done on your financial based activity. So you can't you know that for most of the people it don't make sense to go for a loan just to go to buy ice cream. It doesn't make sense. You can find another way to do that. It's too risky for you just for the pleasure to have an ice cream in your belly. It's not really serious for banks. But if you go for a loan and tomorrow you come back to pay the loan after you sell or you have been flipping 3 or 10 houses, with profit, when you come to pay the loan, you come with much more money from those 10 flipping. It makes more sense because they all behave they want it for you after borrowing the money. Did you make money out of it? Yes, that's great. So that's what people want, some kind of behavior like that. So the credit score take the way you pay, take the way you borrow money, and the reason why you are borrowing money and your length of the reason why you have kids. It's it's risky sometimes, but it's better to open those kind of things even if you don't use it. You know, you can put some money somewhere on because when it's open early, you have the length. The length also matter. Because you just don't you need at least when a good length mostly you need at least 2 years or but 1 year just starting. So you have a kid, you open a credit card, you can put money on it, or it doesn't mean because you open it just that you have to use it. You can use it once or a while. You don't have to use it. You don't give it to the kids anyway too, so to use it. At least you know who they are. you have to teach them some kind of things. But some families, mostly rich family, do have that habit. The open credit score open credit card for the kid. They put some money on it, and probably to pay for courses. I don't know what they do with it, but at the hand, there is recall, there is a length, there is things you know, they have been building credit for. And at the end, you have a score. So you monitor the stuff. You can be like, you have the credit. Okay, what are you buying? So, okay, let's go somewhere doing some kind of things. I take the credit card, give to the kids, do the purchase. When it's finished, take it fast. You don't want him to play with it, that kind of things. But the bottom line is just like open the right length early sometimes makes sense. Let's say you don't give that for a kid, 4 years kid. I don't know how you're gonna do that for 4 year kid, but at least by 18, it's interesting. But out of some kind of teaching, and you don't give it right away for the wrong thing. I know they have item to buy for course for schools, getting ready for school. You're rich enough to don't qualify for financial aid, so you put the money in it. We're going to buy for things for school. Those kind of recall make sense to banks. You know, every time you have school stuff, you do that. Every time you have some interesting things, you don't use it. Mostly, it's good to use it for a lot of things, but there is specific credit card for specific purpose. Want to travel, you can have a specific one because those cards care about your traveling side, and they can give you benefits on ticket, a lot of things. Or you can go for I don't know, for grocery. Don't use any card for grocery. Have some kind of research time. You take time to research some kind of things, and there is some card who are receptive to that kind of charges. But some they want you to buy on business based activity. Let's say interesting activity for the bank. But when you have business involvement too, you can have your business credit card. Reason why I wish I'm gonna give you the old advice here, but there is a lot of interesting things out of a credit card, separate to another credit card, the business one. Yes, because it helps those two entities help you to don't be hurting two worlds at the same time. You know, if one is getting worse, the other one can come to solve the other one. Those kind of things makes how you can open another business because they mostly out of your EIN, your federal registration number for employee. So you can open that credit card. You have a good credit score. You can do purchase, you can do real estate, you can do whatever. There is a lot of way of financing things. And the reason why I used to think myself why people don't try to know the right thing. I know that we all don't have the same income. We don't have the same opportunity. We don't even have the same people, because there is drama, there is a lot of things in life can make people in different kind of situation, you know. So we don't have those kind of factor the same at the same level, even at the same time. But what I know that for a fact, I know how to use this kind of things. And just like I said, the proof is like I don't work for a lot of years now, and I still have a good credit score. I didn't do magic for that, but my credit score is close to 700. So I'm proud of it, but it could be worse at zero. Who knows? After years without working, and I don't work because I don't like to work. I have been doing a lot of interview. I keep on doing. I even reached a lot of fingerprint on companies and so on. They don't even call. People have their reasons. Sometimes they're scared. I study a lot. They scare my background. Who knows? Sometimes they scare for the position. I've been on jobs where I was working with someone who was worried to get out the position because I was performing. My main concern is to know why you just don't go to another position and you're gonna put me yourself. I can feel that you like this position, so I grab another one up there. So you're gonna be here because I know that you have what it takes to have it. If I was him, that's what I would be doing. Because the reason I don't know for what reason I always stick at a position where probably I wasn't the only one who was performing on the team to reach that level. Probably after I leave, someone else give him the same worry. And every time you're gonna have someone who's gonna give you that worry. So it doesn't make sense you to stick on that. So try to promote people and by promoting yourself too. So that's how companies are made. Is for career. Career it's a pathway. Job is studied. Oh, I need a job. No, you don't need progress. But career is a job with progress. Today, when you start a job a year after, you have to be team leader and then supervisor. It's written. There is nothing to worry about. Just like some people going to Amazon after some months, I think a year you have to be blue badge, and even when you scan, you have ticket, you have notification by email that today you work this way, your volume was this one, your team have been reaching the highest volume at your facility. Those kind of things exist to promote your career because it's just like stuck. I'm a cashier at Walmart or at CVS. I can't move, but it's a career. Tomorrow I'm gonna be a supervisor. Reason why I don't like mostly when I talk to people, I don't like job. It's really funny to say that now because I prefer a career because it's a pathway. They can teach you stuff. You can learn new stuff. You can make progress. The income even can be the same all the time you grow. Those are opportunities you need because being static, with a changing environment like this one where we live, it's really hard because when your rent goes up, your pocket money or whatever paycheck don't go necessarily up too, so you got a problem sometimes. So having a career path makes sense, even if that stuff don't goes up and down. Uh, so when you need a loan, you need uh, money to invest in something, whatever the personal level, you need to worry about your credit score. And your credit score is out of your habit with money. And money is what you want to make a living. And so if you behave well with money, you're gonna have rewards out of it. And that rewards is a kind of sticker they give you, and it's a number named credit score. There is a lot more things we can talk about the credit score because it can size your lifestyle because you like driving cheap, expensive car. Some do like cheap car, but you can't have the same income. You can't stick on the same credit score. No, those kind of things change. Just like I was talking to someone about the way he's supposed to find his job. Now you need to find a job according to how you want to live or how you used to live. And your lifestyle means you have to pay for school for your kid, you have to pay for where you live, you have to pay for bills of every kind. You like sport car, whatever is not expensive, but a lot of things on sport cars comes up with a different bill, not like a normal car. And if it become even expensive, it can change a lot. So your income can't be the same. You have to work hard for a certain income. If you don't have the skill, you need to have skill to reach that income. Otherwise, you're gonna have just more problem. Some side of your life will be suffering. Your kid won't be to school, or will start having some hard time with your husband if it's you the wife, or your wife if you the husband, just because of your financial behavior. And those kind of things have been really well recorded on what we name your credit score, the way you behave with money. So sometimes you do have money, but you don't want to pay. That's mostly his name delinquency. You have money. It's not like you don't have it. When you don't have it, you file for social security case like welfare. Automatically, they know that you don't have money. There is no quiproquo for that. You don't have it, and when you don't have it, it's not your fault. And when it's not your fault, you're gonna have some involvement because some kind of things will be keeping growing, but you won't have noise like not like cake or like it happened for someone who do have the money and who don't want to pay. So it's really different. Even that one sometimes don't get bothered by anybody, uh, by the bank at the end. But you have to know how to size I need this income and I want this kind of life. Is that working? Okay, if it don't work, so I have to short my life to match the income, or I have to go for a bigger salary or wage, whatever you do receive every month or bi-weekly. No, you have to grow, and then you gonna match your lifestyle. But anyway, you gotta check numbers because if you don't, you're gonna have problem. And sometimes you need to borrow some money to make something works, so you can pay for your of study or your kids at a place to pay it monthly. Out of a loan, you're gonna pay every month, every year, or every month. I don't know. It's up to you to talk to the bank and to use that information to better match your lifestyle because what I'm talking about drive your lifestyle at the right, sometimes at the wrong place. And most of the place you're gonna go to those activities, sales based activity, they're gonna run your credit score. And sometimes you just drive more trouble than you think. So but there's different way you can deal with it. There's different way you can avoid someone to bother you about it if you do have a worst one and the time you are solving it and how you can solve it and with who you can work to solve it if you need someone. But most of the time, if you take time to learn the things through what we're gonna provide you, you're gonna be able to solve a lot of things. Sometimes you need to make calls, sometimes you need to change things, sometimes you need payment, sometimes you need to grow the length, sometimes you need to do some kind of things, but it takes to know what to do at what time. And sometimes getting more doesn't mean you're gonna have trouble. Sometimes just mean like you're gonna be fine. So I'm gonna wish you to have an awesome wonderful day. Maybe one of the first I'm gonna do here. I don't have the usual people I used to have here just like in Facebook. But what I'm trying to see uh, is to assess the quality and also the sound and to better see what to do. And then I'm gonna share it to a lot of people. Probably they're gonna find out the link and I'm gonna make it works. But I'm not the favorite. I'm not your favorite probably presenter, but I'm doing my best to give you a message because what I'm trying to do here is not to look like someone, is not to show off or show up like I was the best, but it's just to share that information you need because your life need to reach any kind of level or standard, even lifestyle you are planning to reach, because there is no reason for you to don't reach it because it's really attainable. You just have to be realistic enough to reach it anyway. Have an awesome wonderful day. My name is Ray Herman Angoseliwa. I'm here was for the tax professional and life coach for tax advice. He said today we was talking about the credit score.